What's up, Retro Maniacs? Joe Day coming at you from Mike's Retro Trading Cards, and we are back with another 8 questions. This time, my buddy Dane from Dynasty Breaks is going to step into the ThunderDome and answer 8 questions. But before we get to that, hit the music. All right, Retro Maniacs, like I said at the beginning, I'm here with Dane from Dynasty Breaks. Dane, how you doing, buddy?
Good, man. Good.
Full disclosure, I've never broke. I've never done that with you with Dynasty Breaks, but you are my favorite. I don't want to say background noise because that's a derogatory comment. You are my background music a lot of the time when I'm sorting cards, listing cards, shipping cards. I have Dynasty Breaks on the TV. So real entertaining stuff. And we talked beforehand. You're kind of like us where, we kind of bust each other's stones a little bit when we're on camera. You and your team do the same. So it's a really entertaining time.
Well, thanks, man. We appreciate that. That means a lot. We try to make it a show and try to make it fun and try to make it a place where people want to hang out more than anything. So
yeah, and Carly and George and the people you really dig into. I need to meet all of these people. They're the whole cinematic universe over at Dynasty Breaks.
I don't need to meet some of them because I give them the business. So I'm scared to meet some of them. So.
But the reason we're having you on 8 questions, and usually 8 questions, we bring on a hobbyist and we ask them really 8 questions that dig into your heart, mind, and soul as a collector. The reason I'm bringing you on, I was actually watching one of your videos and you bought a collection and you were like, oh, I'm keeping this one for the PC. I'm keeping that one for the PC. It seems like you're not just a breaker, that you're actually a collector too. So that's the big reason I wanted to have you on. And you offer a different perspective than pretty much everyone else we've had on here. So I think this will be pretty fun.
Cool. I'm looking forward to it.
All right. So for those of you who've never watched 8 questions before, what are you doing with your life, man? Go and watch 8 questions. Go and watch the rest of them. We've had some really cool people on, like Chris Sewell. We have had the Sports Card Dad and some others. What we do is we ask these 8 questions that Mike, EP, and I came up with. Like I said, we really want to find out more about people as collectors. Dane, you ready to answer 8 questions?
Yeah, I thought the first question was, what am I doing with my life? I got scared. But yeah, I'm ready.
I did not put an additional question, what you're having for dinner tonight. That's for the second 8 questions.
All right, fair enough.
For those of you who watch Dynasty Breaks, you'll get that joke. But question number 1, Dane, what is the first card you remember collecting?
First card. I'm gonna cheat a little. I am all about being a set collector, which is kind of weird. I'm like the weird guy that collects sets. Some people now are like, what's a set? What does that mean?
Right.
The 88 top set, which may be like the worst ever, for like rookies, and maybe Glavin's in there. And I remember collecting the 88 top set, going down to the gas station near my house and buying packs. And that's a big set to complete, just opening packs. And I did it. It took forever, tons of doubles. That was my first thing. That was my first thing I really remember collecting and working hard on. And I still collect sets. I still do it the same way.
I'm the same. I love collecting sets, mostly non-sports though, because nowadays with sets, you can't put a set together. You get one base card. It seems like in a pack anymore. So it's really.
Oh, you do non-sports?
I do a lot of non-sports, yeah.
Primarily. Oh, I like you better already. So do I.
Yeah. I like you better for liking me better. Yeah. This is great. This works out for everyone. All right. Question number 2. What is the most valuable card you have ever personally owned?
Again, it's probably a set, and I still own it. I have a graded set of 93 finest baseball refractors. So that's always been my favorite modern set, and I was able to actually acquire that. I didn't have to do all the hard work. I was actually able to make a huge trade at the National one year and pick that up. And I don't know what it's worth today. It might be 35,000 or something like. I don't know.
It's worth a few bucks. That's a pretty iconic set.
That's probably the most valuable thing I've ever owned, though.
That's awesome. Do you
Yeah.
display it, or do you have it like in storage or in a safe or something? Out of curiosity.
I have it in a safe. No, I want to get a display for it. That's the problem again with collecting large things and
Right.
sets, and like you can't haul it with you to the national and put this 200 slabs in your backpack, and or you can't display it at your home easily. I want to do that eventually when I upgrade my man cave, but
Yeah.
right now it's just in the safe. So
That's cool. That's cool. So I'm gonna little part B to this question. As a breaker, I'm really curious. What is the most valuable card you've ever pulled for someone else, if you remember?
um, I know like on sales records, we pulled, we do a lot of Bowman products and Topps
Mhm.
products. We pulled a Christian Vaquero when he was the big prospect. We pulled his first Bowman Auto Superfractor.
Oh wow.
And I remember a customer came and picked it up because he actually lived in the Dallas area 2 hours away. Picked it up, put it at gold, and it sold for just under 50K. So that was probably the most. There may be something that back in the day wasn't worth a ton that now it is. We
But
pulled a
now,
lot of Otani RPAs back in the day and things
mm,
like that. Um,
that's crazy.
but that was probably the biggest sale that just happened right away.
Yeah.
About 50K probably.
Very cool. Very cool. All right. What is your drink of choice? Alcoholic or non-alcoholic? Coffee?
I run on coffee all day
Same.
long.
Same,
I
sir.
don't. Yes. It even says Joe on your cup. I drink so much coffee. I don't know what's going to happen to me in the future. Something bad's going to happen to me, and I don't know what.
Our buddy EP that you didn't meet, he was just at a card show today. He goes on zero sleep and a lot of caffeine, so pretty soon it's not going to be great for him. This question number 4 kind of interesting because you rip so much. If you could rip any box of cards, and I'm going to say for yourself, not something you're ripping for your channel, just you take it home and you're going to rip it for yourself, what would that box of cards be?
Oh, I'd go back in time. I would open a sealed box of drum cigarettes from 1909 to 1911 to get the T206 cards out.
Oh yeah,
But I wouldn't want to open them, I don't think, because they'd probably be crazy valuable sealed. But I would want to do something like that. And I guess if it was like more modern, I'd probably want to open Flair Showcase Basketball from 97.
oh good year.
I think the Michael Jordan masterpiece, one of them, the row 3 hasn't been pulled yet. So I'd probably want to open a box of that. So
Yeah, I was gonna say if you open up the cigarettes, you'd have to smoke them after every yeah, that might kill you.
Yeah, that'd be worse than the coffee I'm drinking.
Yeah, probably.
Be worse for me.
No, back in those days, cigarettes cured everything, did they? That's what the
They were
doctor
healthy.
told them. Yeah. All right, question number 5. Tell us something about yourself that most people may not know. And you're on YouTube 3 or 4 times a week, so I'm sure people know quite a bit about you, but something you can throw out there for the folks.
Oh, I'm exposed online every day. Well, I've got a marketing degree. I've from Midwestern State University. Before breaking, I was big into real estate. I was a landlord. I had a lot of rent houses that I just kind of built up over like 15 years. I've since gotten out of that. I love real estate. I love antiques. I used to deal in antiques. I don't know. I guess I love those things. A couple things I hate, and you may know this from the channel. I hate onions.
I was going to say that was my first thing that I was going to
I hate swimming, and I hate flying.
So I used to hate onions. I love onions now. I've been converted. My
How do
partner
you get converted?
It just happened. It happened. Some really great onions were made. Our buddy Mike, who you met, hates flying. We wanted to go to the National in Chicago. He's like, well, we'd have to drive like 12 hours or whatever it is. And I'm like, well, we could fly. He's like, I'm not flying. So we
I
call him
drive
the
every
John
year.
Madden. Oh, do you really?
Yeah. If they have it in Hawaii, I'm going to drive somewhere, get on a boat. And I'm not.
I'm flying in a week from when we record this. I'm going down to New Orleans for a long weekend. So, so yeah, fingers crossed that turns out okay. All right. Question number 6. What was your first car?
Oh, it was awful. 1980 Datsun pickup, and it was rust colored, not because it had rust colored paint, because it didn't have any paint. and I'm not kidding. There was no paint, and it was a stick shift, which is even worse. So yeah, it was the worst thing ever.
I miss driving a stick shift, man. They don't make them anymore.
Do you?
I mean, very rarely. For some reason, people are like, "Don't you just enjoy just pressing on the gas?" I go, "No, I like a little challenge when I'm driving." Personally, that's just me.
I'll give it to you on like a
Keeps
sports
myself
car or something
engaged.
like that. Yeah, it's true. That's true.
Not my little Prius. I didn't need it for my Prius, but for something else, I'm guessing would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right. So I explained this to you beforehand, Dane. This is our buy, sell, burn section. So I'm going to give you 3 things. If you're buying one of the things, you have to love it forever. You're never going to get rid of it. You love these things. If you're going to sell it, that means you'll use it occasionally, but they're not your favorite. Burn it. You want them out of your life forever. You don't want to see these again. You hate them. Okay. The 3 things: slabs, top loaders, binder pages. Now you're a set collector, so I'm just curious how you're going to answer this one.
Oh man, most of my sets are graded. Yeah, take the binder pages and burn them and make a big block of plastic and roll it down to the recycle center and make slabs with it. Keep the slabs, burn the pages, and the middle was like top loaders are like in the middle. They're okay.
Yeah. Okay, that's interesting. When you said you were a set builder, I thought maybe with binder pages you'd be in, but since most of them are graded, I answered that one.
I try to do sets where grading a lot of the cards makes sense, or like insert sets, or like the T206s, or something that makes sense to grade. Yeah, pages, I can't stand them. I can't stand them.
I did a complete master set of Picard season 2 and 3. You can see some of my Picard sets, Picard autos up here. And I actually have them in the autos in sleeves, top loaders, and top loader pages in a binder. So I'm going all out. I'm not messing around. So,
nice.
All right. Last question. Other than recommending buying any particular card, what is one piece of advice you would give to yourself when you first started collecting?
Give to myself. So when I was young, when I was like 13, I was working at a card shop and I was setting up at shows all the time. So I guess, was more of a dealer when I was a kid. And I never kept anything. That would be advice I'd go back and give I never let my cards appreciate or at least have these I'm going to sell and these that I'm going to keep. I didn't do that back then. I moved everything. I just churned everything. And I wish I wouldn't have done that. So I think now I'm the opposite. Now I hoard everything. I don't trade anything. I don't sell anything. Maybe because of that. But that's what
you're making up for lost time a little bit, it seems like.
Yeah, I think I would tell myself, hey, keep some of this good stuff. Keep some of these Jordans that you had back then, or keep some of this stuff and let it appreciate,
Yeah. That's good advice. I think we're all always caught up in the moment of, someone offered me something for this and you're going to move it. I try when I open up a case for myself, I try and keep a couple cards, even if I am selling most of it, things like that. So that's really, really good advice. Dane, this has been a real pleasure. Where can the folks find you?
So our website is dynastybreaks.com. You can get into our breaks there. And then we're on YouTube, Dynasty Breaks, very easy to find. And then we've got a Facebook page, a trade group on Facebook with a couple thousand people in it as well. So you guys can find us there.
If you don't break with Dane, awesome background music. Maybe I'll break with Dane. Maybe one day you'll see Joe Day from Pennsylvania. You have to come up with a fancy nickname for me. You have to figure it out.
Yeah.
So I'm going to let you know ahead of time if I do that. But thanks a lot for coming on. Really appreciate it. Folks, like, comment, subscribe, do all the YouTube stuff down below. Dane, we will catch you on the next one.
Thanks, man.